Okay, so you've sent us a ton of stuff on AI lately.
Yeah,
And wow, let me tell you, things are getting intense out there.
absolutely.
It's like everyone suddenly woke up and realized that AI isn't just science fiction anymore.
Right.
It's like it's here, it's actually changing stuff.
Yeah.
And the stakes are unbelievably high.
Yeah, no kidding.
So that's why we're doing this deep dive today.
Okay.
We're going to try to help you understand, like, who the big players are,
Yeah.
what everyone's fighting over,
Right.
and what it all means for, you and me, like regular people.
Okay, yeah.
For example, did you know that by 2030, the AI industry is projected to be worth over $1 trillion?
Wow.
Trillion with a T.
That's insane.
Like, are we even ready for that kind of change?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I mean, it's mind-boggling.
It really is. To put that into perspective, that's like the GDP of, I don't know, like several major economies combined.
Right.
And it really just shows you how transformative AI is going to be.
Okay, but when you say transformative, what does that actually mean for people, like, in their everyday lives?
Sure.
I think most of us still think about AI as, like,
Yeah.
self-driving cars and robots.
Yeah, I mean, that's understandable,
Yeah.
but that's really just the tip of the iceberg.
Okay.
AI is already impacting so much of our lives, like
Okay.
from the news we read to the products we buy.
Mm-hmm.
And as AI keeps getting more powerful,
Yeah.
it's going to have a huge impact on like every aspect of our lives.
Okay, I'm with you, but I need some specifics.
Okay.
Paint me a picture.
Sure.
How is AI going to change things,
Yeah.
like, in the next 5 to 10 years?
Okay, well, let's take healthcare, for example.
Okay.
We're already seeing AI being used to like diagnose diseases
Right.
much more accurately and quickly than ever before.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Imagine a world where AI can like personalize your treatment plans
Uh-huh.
based on like your genes, or even like predict your health risks years in advance.
That's incredible.
It really is.
It sounds like AI could completely revolutionize healthcare.
Absolutely. And that's just one example.
Okay, so what else?
Think about transportation.
Okay.
Self-driving cars are really just the beginning.
Okay.
AI could help optimize traffic flow in cities,
Mm-hmm.
make commutes faster,
Right.
reduce congestion.
I like it.
It could even like revolutionize logistics and shipping,
Interesting.
which would make, goods and services more accessible and cheaper for everyone.
So AI isn't just about cool gadgets.
You're right.
It's about solving real problems.
That's exactly right.
Okay, I'm starting to see the bigger picture here.
Good.
But it's kind of like a double-edged sword, right?
Sure, yeah.
I mean, all this amazing potential,
Uh-huh.
but there are also some risks.
Of course. There are always risks with any new technology.
Right. So that brings us to the big question.
Okay.
Who are the major players in this AI revolution?
Well, I think it's safe to say that the tech giants are leading the charge.
Okay, so, like, who are we talking about specifically?
Companies like Google, Microsoft, and OpenAI are investing billions of dollars into AI research.
Okay.
They're basically fighting for control of what many believe will be like the defining technology of the 21st century.
Wow.
It's high stakes.
Okay, so let's start with Google.
Okay.
I mean, they've been kind of a leader in AI for a long time, right?
Oh, absolutely. Google has some of the most advanced AI labs in the world.
Yeah.
Their DeepMind division, for example, created AlphaGo,
Right.
which was the AI that beat a world champion Go player a few years back.
Wow. Yeah, I remember that.
It was a huge deal.
That was a major milestone.
It was.
Okay, but what about Google's AI products that people are using, like, today?
Well, think about Google Search.
Okay.
It's powered by AI algorithms that personalize your results
No, yeah, that's true.
based on your search history and preferences.
Uh-huh.
And then you've got Google Assistant,
Right.
which uses natural language processing to understand and respond to your voice commands.
It's kind of crazy how much AI is already part of our lives.
It really is. And most people don't even realize it.
Right.
But Google isn't stopping there. They're actually pushing the boundaries even further with their latest AI innovation.
What's that?
It's called Gemini.
Gemini.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't heard of that. What's that all about?
Well, Gemini is a multimodal AI,
Okay.
which basically means it can understand and generate not just text,
Uh-huh.
but also images, code, and even audio.
Wow.
It's like a Swiss Army knife of AI.
This one can do pretty much anything.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's capable of doing a huge range of tasks.
Okay, this Gemini AI sounds pretty impressive.
It is.
So what are they doing with it?
Well, they're integrating it into a lot of their products and services.
Okay, so give me an example.
Okay, imagine using Google search and getting results not just as like text links,
Right.
but also as images,
Right.
videos,
Uh-huh.
and even interactive 3D models.
That would be cool.
Or imagine having your emails automatically summarized and prioritized by Gemini,
Okay.
which would save you a ton of time and effort.
So Google is really trying to make AI accessible and useful for everyone.
Yeah, I think that's their goal.
But they're not the only ones in the game, right?
Right.
What about Microsoft?
Microsoft is another big player in the AI world,
Okay.
and they're taking a slightly different approach.
Okay.
How so?
Well, they've invested heavily in a company called OpenAI,
I've heard of them.
which is focused on developing what's known as artificial general intelligence, or AGI.
AGI. That sounds intense.
It is.
What's the difference between that and like regular AI?
Good question. Basically, AGI aims to create AI systems that have the same general cognitive abilities as humans.
Like a digital brain?
Exactly. A digital brain that can learn and adapt to any task just like a human can.
Wow, that's a pretty ambitious goal.
It is. And I don't know if they'll ever actually achieve it.
Right.
But they're definitely making some serious progress.
Okay, so what have they done so far?
Well, one of their most notable achievements is the development of GPT-3.
I think I've heard of that. Which is a language model that can generate really realistic and coherent text.
Oh, yeah, it's the one that can write poems and code and even scripts, right?
That's the one.
That's pretty amazing.
It is. It's a really powerful tool that's being used for a lot of different things like chatbots, virtual assistants, content creation, and even education.
So OpenAI is basically riding the wave of that Microsoft partnership, right?
Yeah, I mean, that partnership definitely gives them a lot of resources and clout.
But how do they stack up on their own? Like, are they a real contender?
Oh, absolutely. OpenAI is a force to be reckoned with.
Okay, so what else have they done?
Well, they also developed DALL-E,
Okay.
which is an AI that can generate images from text descriptions,
Whoa.
and Codex,
What's that?
which is an AI that can write code.
That's wild.
It is. They're really pushing the boundaries of what AI can do.
Okay, so we've got Google, we've got Microsoft, we've got OpenAI.
Uh-huh.
Is there anyone else we need to be paying attention to?
Well, there's another tech giant that's been making a lot of noise in the AI world.
Who's that?
Meta.
Meta. You mean Facebook?
Yeah, formerly known as Facebook.
Okay, what are they doing with AI?
They're investing a lot of money into AI for a bunch of different applications,
Like what?
particularly in social media and the metaverse.
Right, they've been all about the metaverse lately.
Yeah, exactly.
So how are they using AI?
Well, for one thing, they're using it to personalize your news feed.
Okay, that makes sense.
They also use it to recommend friends and groups, and even to detect and remove harmful content.
So they're using AI to try to make Facebook a safer and more enjoyable experience.
That's the idea.
Hmm.
They're also developing AI-powered chatbots that can answer your questions and provide customer support.
I can see how that would be useful.
Yeah, definitely.
But what about their work in the metaverse? How does AI fit into that?
Well, Meta believes that AI is going to be essential for creating immersive and engaging experiences in the metaverse.
Okay.
They're developing AI-powered avatars that can interact with users in a more realistic and human-like way. They're also working on AI systems that can generate realistic virtual environments and objects.
So they're basically trying to build a virtual world powered by AI.
Pretty much.
That's kind of mind-blowing.
It is. It raises some pretty big questions about the future of social interaction and what reality even means anymore.
Yeah, that's a whole other conversation.
It is.
Okay, so we've got Google, Microsoft, OpenAI, and Meta.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other players in this AI race that we should be watching?
There's one company that often gets overlooked, but they're really crucial to the whole AI ecosystem.
Who's that?
Nvidia.
Nvidia. Don't they make graphics cards for gamers?
Yeah, that's what they're known for.
So what do they have to do with AI?
Well, their graphics processing units, or GPUs, are also essential for training and running AI models.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much every major AI company in the world uses Nvidia's GPUs.
So they're kind of like the unsung heroes of the AI revolution.
You could say that without Nvidia's hardware, a lot of the AI innovation we see today just wouldn't be possible.
So they're in a pretty powerful position.
They're kind of a silent giant in the AI world.
Interesting.
And their control of the GPU market gives them a huge advantage.
Okay, so we've got all these tech titans battling it out for control of the AI landscape.
Right.
But what does that mean for us, like the everyday users?
That's the big question, isn't it?
It is. And that's what we're going to be exploring in the next part of this deep dive.
Okay.
We'll look at how these companies are shaping the future of AI and what it means for our jobs,
Huh.
our privacy,
Yeah?
and even our understanding of what it means to be human.
It's going to be fascinating.
I can't wait.
Me either.
Okay, so we've talked about how AI is like this game changer,
Yeah.
poised to reshape just about everything.
Right.
But as we go deeper into this whole AI world, I think we should talk about the elephant in the room.
Okay. On top.
All this talk about a technological revolution,
Uh-huh.
it's exciting, sure,
Yeah.
but it's also a little unsettling,
I
right?
get that. I mean, whenever we talk about like these huge technological shifts, it's natural to feel a mix of, excitement and apprehension.
Exactly.
It's like we're standing on the edge of this new frontier.
Yeah.
It's exciting, but also a little scary because there are so many unknowns.
Exactly. And I think like one of the biggest unknowns, at least for most people,
Uh-huh.
is how AI is going to affect our jobs.
Yeah, that's a big one.
I mean, we're already seeing automation replacing some jobs.
Right.
And it's hard not to think about what happens when AI can do even more.
I think that's a really valid concern, and it's definitely something we need to talk about.
Yeah.
It's true that AI has the potential to automate a lot of tasks that are currently done by humans,
Uh-huh.
but we also need to remember that AI is a tool.
Right.
Like any tool, it can be used to help humans, not just replace them.
Okay, so it's not like a robots taking our jobs kind of situation. It's
Uh,
more about how we adapt to working with AI.
Yeah, exactly. Think of it like the invention of the calculator.
Okay.
It didn't replace mathematicians.
Right.
It actually empowered them to solve more complex problems.
Mm-hmm.
In the same way, AI can free us from like boring and repetitive tasks
Okay.
and let us focus on work that requires, creativity and critical thinking.
Right.
Things that AI can't really do.
So it's not about being replaced, it's about evolving.
Exactly.
But that still requires us to like totally change how we think about work and education.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm.
We need to focus on developing skills that are uniquely human,
Okay.
skills that complement AI rather than compete with it.
I like that.
So we need to invest in education and training programs that emphasize things like creativity, problem solving, emotional intelligence, and adaptability.
So you're saying that instead of being afraid of AI, we should see it as an opportunity
Yeah.
to redefine what it means to be a valuable employee in like the 21st century.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that the job market is going to change and we need to change with it.
Right.
The key is to be proactive and embrace lifelong learning.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so jobs are one thing,
Yeah.
but another big concern is that AI could be used for like harmful or even dangerous things.
All right, I understand that concern. And it's important to acknowledge that any powerful technology has the potential to be misused.
Hmm.
The key is to develop AI responsibly and ethically with the right safeguards in place.
Okay, but what does that actually mean? Like, how do we ensure that AI is used for good?
Well, first of all, we need to be really careful about the data we use to train AI systems.
Okay.
If the data is biased or incomplete, the AI system will reflect those biases.
That makes sense.
So it's crucial to have diverse teams working on AI development
Okay.
and to think carefully about how AI systems might impact different groups of people.
So it's not just about the technology itself.
Okay.
It's about the people behind it and their values.
Exactly. Technology is never neutral. It always reflects the values and intentions of its creators. That's why it's so important to have open and honest conversations about the ethics of AI
Uh-huh.
and to develop guidelines and regulations to make sure it's used in a way that benefits everyone.
Okay, so it sounds like there's a lot of work to do.
There is.
To make sure that AI is used for good. But are there any examples of how AI is being used in positive ways right now?
Oh, absolutely. There are tons of inspiring examples of how AI is being used to tackle some of the world's biggest problems.
Okay, like what?
For example, in healthcare, AI is being used to develop new treatments for diseases like cancer and Alzheimer's.
That's amazing.
It is. It's also being used to improve access to healthcare in remote areas through things like telemedicine and remote diagnostics.
Wow, so AI is playing a big role in advancing medical research and making healthcare more accessible.
It is. Are there any other examples you're wondering about?
Yeah, are there any other fields where AI is making a positive impact?
Of course. In environmental conservation, for instance,
Okay.
AI is being used to track endangered species,
Uh-huh.
monitor deforestation, and develop more efficient renewable energy systems.
That's great.
We're even seeing AI being used to fight climate change
Really?
by optimizing energy consumption and reducing greenhouse gas emissions.
Wow, it's incredible how AI can be applied to so many different fields.
It really is.
It seems like there's no limit to its potential to solve problems and make the world a better place.
I agree. I think it's important to acknowledge the potential risks and challenges.
Uh-huh.
But it's equally important to celebrate its potential to improve our lives and create a more sustainable and equitable future.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the big players in AI, like Google, Microsoft, OpenAI. But what about the smaller startups and the independent researchers?
Yeah.
Are they playing a role in shaping the future of AI?
Absolutely. The AI landscape is really diverse,
Okay.
with contributions from both the big tech companies and smaller startups. In fact, a lot of the most groundbreaking advancements in AI have come from smaller companies and research labs.
Interesting.
They often bring fresh perspectives, and they're more willing to take risks.
So it's not just a race between the big guys.
Not at all.
There's room for everyone to contribute to the AI revolution.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The great thing about AI is that it's a really accessible field. With open source tools and online resources, anyone who's passionate about technology can learn about AI and contribute to its development.
So you're saying that anyone can be a part of this?
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty inspiring.
It is. It reminds us that the future of AI isn't set in stone. It's being shaped by a global community of researchers, entrepreneurs, and everyday people who are passionate about using technology to solve problems and make the world a better place.
So to bring this back to our listeners,
Okay.
what do you think is the most important thing for people to understand about AI right now?
I think the most important thing is to stay informed and engaged.
Okay.
Learn about AI, explore its potential applications, and think critically about its implications.
So basically, don't just bury your head in the sand.
Right. The more we understand about AI, the better equipped we'll be to shape its development and make sure it's used for good.
Okay, so knowledge is power.
It really is.
But beyond staying informed, are there any concrete steps people can take to prepare for, like, the age of AI?
Absolutely.
Sure.
One of the best things you can do is to invest in your own skills and education.
Okay.
Focus on developing those uniquely human skills that are hard for AI to replicate.
Okay.
Things like creativity, critical thinking, communication, and collaboration.
So it's not just about learning to code or build AI systems.
Right.
It's about cultivating those human qualities that will make us valuable partners to AI.
Exactly. It's about embracing lifelong learning and being adaptable.
This has been super insightful.
Good. I'm glad you're finding it helpful.
We've talked about how AI might affect jobs, the importance of ethics, and all the amazing ways AI is being used for good.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in.
It is. But there's one last thing I want to touch on before we move on.
Okay, what's that?
It's this question of what AI means for our understanding of what it means to be human.
That's a big one.
I know. I mean, if we're creating machines that can think and learn like humans, does that change our definition of humanity?
That's a question that philosophers and scientists have been debating for centuries.
Right.
And as AI gets more sophisticated,
Yeah.
it definitely forces us to confront some fundamental questions about consciousness, intelligence, and what it means to exist.
So while we're focused on the practical implications of AI, like jobs and ethics, we also need to be having those bigger philosophical conversations
Absolutely.
about what it all means for us as human beings.
Yeah. AI isn't just a technological revolution.
Right.
It's a philosophical revolution, too.
Okay. That's both exciting and a little scary.
I know, right?
But I want to end this part of the conversation on a positive note.
Okay, I like that.
Despite all the challenges and uncertainty,
Yeah,
I think AI has the potential to be a force for good in the world.
I agree.
It can help us solve some of our biggest problems, create new opportunities, and ultimately help us understand ourselves and the universe better.
That's a future worth fighting for.
It is, but it's a future we need to build together, carefully and thoughtfully.
It's exactly.
Yeah.
The future of AI isn't predetermined. It's something we're creating one line of code, one ethical decision, one thoughtful conversation at a time.
Okay, I'm feeling inspired. I think we should take a quick break.
Okay.
And when we come back, we'll wrap up this deep dive with some final thoughts on how we can all navigate this crazy world of AI.
Looking forward to it.
Okay, we're back and ready to wrap up our deep dive into the world of AI.
Sounds good.
We've covered so much already,
Yeah, we have.
The impact on jobs, the ethics of AI,
Right.
the really big philosophical questions that AI makes us ask about what it even means to be human.
It's a lot to think about.
It really is.
And like you said earlier,
Yeah.
this is really just the beginning.
Right.
AI is still so young.
Yeah.
We're just starting to see what it can do.
And that's what makes it so exciting, right?
Exactly.
It feels like anything is possible.
Yeah, it does.
But with that possibility comes a lot of responsibility.
For sure.
We've talked about the importance of ethical development, but I'm curious, what does that actually look like?
Yeah.
How do we make sure that AI is used for good?
Well, I think the first step is to recognize that AI isn't neutral.
Okay.
It's shaped by the values and biases of the people who create it.
Right.
So we need to be really intentional about who is developing AI, what data they're using, and what goals they're pursuing.
So diversity in the field is crucial.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We need diverse teams of developers, ethicists, and policymakers all working together to make sure that AI reflects a wide range of perspectives and values.
And we also need to be transparent about how AI systems are being developed and used, right?
Exactly. Transparency is key.
Yeah.
People need to understand how AI is impacting their lives.
And we need to give people a voice in shaping the future of AI, right?
Absolutely. This isn't just a conversation for tech experts. It's a conversation for everyone.
So what can our listeners do to get involved?
Well, there are a lot of ways to engage. Start by learning about AI.
Yeah.
Read articles and books.
Yeah.
Listen to podcasts. Take online courses. The more you understand about AI, the better equipped you'll be to participate in these important discussions.
Knowledge is power, right?
It really is.
So once you're informed, what then?
Don't be afraid to speak up. Share your thoughts on social media. Contact your elected officials. Support organizations that are working to promote ethical AI development.
Okay.
Your voice matters.
So it's all about being an informed and engaged citizen in the age of AI.
Exactly.
That's pretty empowering.
It is. The future of AI isn't set in stone. It's something we're creating together.
Right.
And the choices we make today will shape what that future looks like.
This has been incredible.
I'm glad you think so.
We've talked about the potential impact of AI on jobs, the importance of ethics, and the ways that AI is being used for good.
It's a lot.
It is. But there's one last question that I keep coming back to.
Okay, what is it?
We've talked about all the amazing things that AI can do. Curing diseases, solving climate change, But in a world where machines can do more and more things that we used to think were only human, what does it even mean to be human anymore?
That's a deep question, and I don't think there's an easy answer.
All right.
But I believe that AI can actually help us understand ourselves better.
Really? How so?
By creating machines that can think and learn, we're forced to ask ourselves some really fundamental questions about the nature of intelligence, consciousness, and creativity.
Okay.
What does it mean to be sentient? What are the limits of human cognition?
Yeah.
These are questions that have puzzled philosophers and scientists forever, and AI is giving us new tools and new ways of thinking to explore these mysteries.
So AI isn't just a technological revolution. It's a journey of self-discovery.
Exactly. As we develop AI, we're basically holding up a mirror to ourselves and seeing our own strengths and weaknesses reflected back at us.
That's a really cool way to think about it.
And in that reflection, we have a chance to gain a deeper understanding of what it means to be human.
Wow, that's beautiful. AI isn't just about building machines. It's about understanding ourselves.
I think so.
Yeah.
And that understanding can be really powerful.
Yeah.
It can help us appreciate the things that make us uniquely human.
Okay.
Our empathy, our compassion, our creativity, our capacity for love and connection.
And in a world that's increasingly dominated by technology, those qualities are more important than ever.
I couldn't agree more.
So as we move forward into this new era of AI, let's not forget what makes us human. Right. Let's use AI to enhance our humanity, not replace it.
I love that. That's a perfect way to put it.
I think that's a great place to end this deep dive.
Yeah, it is.
It's a message of hope. A reminder that in the age of AI, being human is more important than ever.
Beautifully said.
Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey into the world of AI.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope you learned something new, gained some new perspectives, and feel inspired to be a part of this conversation.
Yeah. Keep learning, keep thinking, and keep talking about this stuff.
Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay engaged.